Hello everyone, how are you? So welcome to Siksha and congratulations to finally class 9 pai gola. So how was your class 8 exam? Class 8 exam was good? Okay. So class 8 kotha bad dilu ba. Class 8 pohilu, class 8 goal. So let us keep class 8. But class 8 concepts pa ko pahoribole koa nai. You need to remember the class 8 concepts also. Okay. So I recently at a video I discuss korisilu regarding the class 9 syllabus. Right? Class 9 syllabus I discuss korisilu, blueprint discuss korisilu, general science pura kun kita chapters ahibo, chapters kita ami ki pohibo laibo, he particular chapter to pura kiman marks ahibo, gute question paper khon ami okman discuss korisilu, right? So I hope tomalke he video to saisa, and in case jodi naiswa, then I suggest that please watch that video. Why? Because class 9 start koribole goi asan. You need to have an overview of class 9. Class 9 nu kenekwa hobo, like first chapter nu ki hobo, ki pohibole goi asu. So the general blueprint hole general je class 9 ot ki pam ami he gute hini, it is important for us to know. So jodi hetu naiswa prothomote he video to sai loba. Okay? So who am I? I am your science mentor and this is Abhith Siksha, and today we will be starting our general science of first chapter for the session 2023-2024. Our chapter naam ki hoy? Matter in our surrounding. Matter in our surrounding pore chemistry. Right? Ami blueprint to discuss korisilu that the first chapter number 1, matter in our surrounding, chemistry. Okay. So matter in our surroundings pore kiman marks ahibo? From this chapter we will be having 5 marks. 5 marks ahibo in our final exams. So a very important chapter, right? Very important chapter, and without any further delay, let us begin today's chapter. So chapter or naam hoise matter in our surrounding. Step by step jao koman, okay? Chapter or namot ase surrounding. Surrounding mane ki hoy? What is surrounding? Surrounding or basic definition to ki hoy? Surrounding or definition tumalko examot likhibole nahe. Okay, but it is important for us to know that what is surrounding. Surrounding or jodi ekebare short ko jodi moi definition to kau, then surrounding is the space. It is the space around a thing. What is surrounding? It is the space around the thing. Thing, for example, mur kothai koiso janiba. For example, I am this thing. So the space around me will be my surrounding. Hoy na? Tumalke nijor kotha bhabilwa. So the space around you will be your surrounding. Correct? Bujisa ekhini? So surrounding ki hoy? The space around anything. Mur kotha koilole the space around me is my surrounding. Tumalkor jodi nijor kotha bhaba, then the space around you is your surrounding. Okay? Now look at your surrounding. Okma left, right, swa, front, back, swa. Surroundings ot ki dekha pai asa? What are the things in your surrounding? Surrounding of, for example, moi jodi kobole jao, I am holding this pen, right? Mo sort pen ase. Mo background ot iman dangor board ekhon ase. So this pen, this board, in fact mo akhe pakhe mo chair su dekha pai asu. Okay? So this pen, this board, e gute khini mor surroundings ot fall kore. Right? So this pen, this board, they fall in my surrounding. What are these things? E mor surrounding ot thoka bostubur ki hoy? So scientists have said that all of this thing, not all, like almost everything in our surrounding is, we can term them as matter. Okay? We can term them as matter. Okay? Ita matter ki hoy? Surrounding buzi uthisilu hai matter ahile. So what is matter? Then our next question to hogol je what is matter? Matter in our surrounding. Chapter naam hoy surrounding buzilu, matter buzibo lagibo je what is matter. So the correct proper definition of matter is anything and everything that has mass and volume. Okay? About pohilong ki likha ase. So first of all, everything in this universe is made up of material which scientists has named as matter. Mo question ha amar surroundings or ji bostu ami dekha pai asu, this pen, this board, ki hoy? They are matter. Okay? Matter ki hoy? Matter is everything that has both mass and volume. কিছুমান বুকছত এনেকৈ পাব পাৰা যে matter is anything that has mass and occupies space এনেকৈ পাব পাৰা that occupies space মানে volume নহয় জানো yes so occupies space মানে it has a particular volume so matter definition কি হয় it is anything that has both mass and volume anything okay this pen is matter this board is matter okay তোমালকে যুখন চকিত বহি আছে that chair is matter right তোমালকে যদি বিছনা চাইছা বিছনা হুই চাই আছে then that bed is matter right the water we drink the food we eat the air we breathe এই গুটেখিনি হয় matter clear আছে matter examples ও দিয়া আছে air we breathe food we eat stones clouds stars planets এই গুটেবোৰ কি হয় they are matter everything is matter হয় না আৰু মই ভালকৈ ভাবিছো is everything matter what about human emotions for example তোমাক বহুত খং উঠি আছে okay suppose school ole gola teachers or বহুত খং উঠি আছে আজি so that anger the human emotion anger নহলে love anger jealousy all these emotions are emotions matter so my question for you is that are emotions human emotions or kothay kolu janiba are emotions matter is anger can anger be termed as matter can love be termed as matter hoy na baru another question for you what about suppose thanda dinot ami ki koru jui dhoru right we burn wood or ki ami ki pau we get warmth yes ami heat energy pau energy is energy matter ami matter definition of pohisilu that anything that has both mass and volume no hole anything that has mass and occupies space can be termed as matter what about human emotions like love and anger what about energy like heat energy ekhini matter hoy na no hoy so the answer is human emotions energy and abstract concepts they are not termed as matter okay so ami definition to comment change kori likhibo paru je what is matter matter is anything that has both mass and volume except energy and abstract concepts clear ase good now next time jodi exam ot khude ba jodi kunba belege khude je is love and anger matter so the answer is no love and anger these are human emotions tato mass nai volume nai so we cannot term them as matter clear ase ekhini jodi clear ase very good okay moving on ami gom palu surrounding ki hoy matter ki hoy ki matter no hoy ami hetu gom palu next what do we need to know now jetia scientists discuss kori asle what is matter what not is matter how can we define matter then teologe ki korisle the entire scientific community okay the entire scientific community got divided into two halves they said regarding the nature of matter is matter particulate is matter continuous so the entire scientific community ki hol they got divided into two regarding the nature of matter or nature to ki hobo will they be particulate or will they be continuous so the physical nature of matter ami hetue pohibo laibo amar next topic to hoise the physical nature of matter so is matter continuous or particulate continuous or particulate mane ki continuous for example amar bukoto example dia ase for example a log of wood okay for example a log of wood ki hoy eta dekhibole continuous bostu no hoy janu hetu one big log of wood continuous right particulate for example sand ot ki thake we take a handful of sand there are particles of sand right particles buji paisa na nai bar if we take a handful of sand then ki hobo is it like a log of wood or nisna hoy niki no hoy horu particles thake he sand ot so the question is matter continuous or particulate the entire scientific community বহুত কি বুলি কয় প্ৰবলেমত পৰি গৈছে যে মেটাৰ কি হয় তাৰ ফিজিক্যাল নেচাৰটো কি হয় উডৰ নিচিনা কন্টিনিউয়াস হয় না সেন্টৰ নিচিনা পাৰ্টিকুলেট হয় আমি গম পালো মেটাৰ কি হয় বাট ফিজিক্যাল নেচাৰটো কি হয় সো matter is particulate in nature আমি কেনেকৈ গম পালো যে matter is particulate in nature let us do an experiment experimentot আমাক কি কি লাগিব let us see that experimentot first we will need a beaker let us take a 100 ml beaker chemistry কৰি আছো so beaker to লাগিবই আমাক okay so we take a 100 ml beaker 100 ml beaker লৈ ললো suppose we are adding some amount of water 80 ml লৈ ললো জেনিবা okay 80 ml clear water লৈ ললো and we are marking the level of water beaker ললো beakerত water pour কৰিলো clear water okay লেতেৰা পানী ইউজ কৰিব নালাগে clear water আমি pour কৰিলো then level of water মানে water level to sum and he level to আমি mark এটা কৰি দিম যে yes this is the level of water আমি ইমানলৈকে পানী ভৰাইছো okay next কি কৰিম we will add salt like 1 teaspoon salt লোৱা নহলে sugar ললেও হৈ যাব মোৰছৰ বৰ্তমান sugar নাই so মোৰছৰ অকল salt আছে so I am taking only salt so what I did is that not I একেলগে কৰো so what we are doing is that let us take 1 teaspoon of salt নহলে sugar you can take anyone and 80 ml water আমি দি দিলো we are mixing salt or sugar in this beaker আৰু এই beakerত কি আছে clear water আছে okay so এনেকৈ salt or sugar we are adding it into the beaker add কৰা পিছত we will stir it add কৰা পিছত we will stir it beaker to low and we will stir the solution stir কৰা পিছত কি হ'ব my question for you is that আমি যে initially level to mark কৰিছিলো initially junto level of water asile after stirring after adding salt after stirring panir level to ki hobo ami jiman mark korislo tar uporot thakibo tar tolot thakibo na same thakibo what will be the difference in the level of water so question number 1 is that level of water to ki hobo will it be below the level jiman ami mark korisu below the mark hobo above the mark hobo na markor logot same thakibo okay edu kotha kon bhabiba then my question number 2 is that ami jetia salt add korim initially jetia ami salt add korislo then ki hobo salt or particles bor ba chunks bor ami tolot settle down hua dekha pam ami right we are adding salt and tolot these are the salt particles or the salt chunks jonbor tolot settle down hoy goise ঘৰটো যেতে আমি কৰো first of all it will settle down stir কৰা পিছত this settle down particles হেবলাকৰ কি হ'ব after stirring these particles তাহাতৰ কি হ'ব যোনবোৰ settle down হৈ আছে তাহাতৰ কি হ'ব okay so two questions observations to কি হ'ব first of all to এবাৰ কৰি চাবা then মই এটা কৈ দিছো বাৰু কি হ'ব the salt particles which initially will settle down initially junbur settle down hoy goisile after stirring settle down no hoy they will almost disappear okay they will almost disappear so ki hobo the particles they will disappear okay then comes the level of water observation at ki dekhaba me the level of water will not increase will not decrease but jiman marking asile he marking or logot same thakibo mane initial marking aru initial level of water jiman asile same e thakibo level of water at eku changes nahe why water is a matter correct ami je salt add korislo salt is also a matter we are adding matter in matter let us take another example okay suppose you have 2-3 books tumar hatot 2-3 books ase and moi ki korilu moi koba par aru dukhon kitab anilu and moi tumar hatot di dilu so bookor height to increase ho jabo na nai tumar agote 2-3 books asle moi dukhon aru add kori disu then what gute bookor junto stack hoy tar height to increase ho jabo yes I am adding matter in matter 2-3 books or logot 2 more books I am adding So we can see a change. But yate we are not seeing that change. Ami again matter plus matter kori aso, but we are not seeing that change. Why? A matter to kole gol. The salt particles junto ami initially dekha pai aslo, he salt particles bu kole gosi gol. Thin air disappear ho gol neki. Na transparent water disappear ho gol neki hol. So scientists eta duniya ko conclusion dise that the particles of salt, they ki hoisile water particles. Aro kon bhalke kon roba. Initially water particles are like this. Amar beaker 1 jot okol water asile, tar water particles bu kenko asile eneko asile. Okay, jete ami salt add korilu and then stir korilu, the salt particles will get inside the spaces. A water particle or majot thoka spaces bilagot humai jabo. They will get into the spaces of water particles. This is why the salt mane dekha deneko lagibo as if disappear hogo, because the salt particles ki hobo water particles or major junto space asile tar majot humai jabo. Okay, this is the only conclusion we can come as to why level of water increase hua nai. So from this experiment ami conclude koribo paru je number 1, matter is particulate in nature. Particles ase, particulate in nature hoy, that is why amar a conclusion ola ami ahibo pariso. So number 1, matter is particulate in nature, and number 2, a same experiment of ami kobo paru, the particles of matter or junbu particles ase he particles or majot there is space. A particles of matter or majot there is a certain amount of space. A space to report we will study in the next class. Okay, aji iman in detail na jao, but the question in hand was that is matter continuous or particle. From this experiment ami ki buji palo that matter is particulate in nature. So continuous hoy na particulate hoy, matter is particulate in nature. So ami je initially the example loislo regarding the log of wood, ami koislo that the log of wood is continuous, mane it looks continuous. Continuous nahoy, actually that wood tatu horu horu particles ase, but we cannot see the small particles. Okay, so dekhat enekwa lage as a whole jeta ami wood piece to dekha pai asu, dekhat enekwa lage that particular wood log of wood নহলে wood piece to continuous hoy, but actually continuous nahoy, tar bhitor to horu horu particles ase, but we cannot see those particles. Similarly water to particles ase, kintu ami water particles bur dekha pau jano, we do not see the water particles, but particles ase. So the first physical nature of matter is particulate in nature. Aru eta physical nature ami pohibo lagibo. First to clear ase, second ei je particles bilakor kotha pohilu, it is clear that matter has particles. Now these particles, how small are these particles? Moi ei matro kolu je water particles bo ami dekha na pau, we cannot see them with our naked eyes. So how small are these particles? So our next question to hoise, how small are the particles of matter? Matter is particulate in nature, hetu ama clear ase, kintu ei particles bo how small are they? First of all to ami naked eye di dekha na pau, but kiman small hoy tar karone ki korim, we will do another experiment. Chemistry hoy, science hoy, so experiments to korime, activities to korime. So aru eta activity koru, activity number 2, yata ami ki korisu, we will again take a beaker. Okay, glass dhuniya transparent glass beaker eta lom. This is our beaker. Okay, ebar ki korisu, let us put 100 ml water. Okay, ami ki korisu, let us pour 100 ml water. A 100 ml to ki hoy, this is water. 100 ml water ami pour korilu. Then what we did is that in this 100 ml of water we are adding 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate ki hoy? Potassium permanganate is a colored chemical. Okay, exactly ki hoy iman details hola na jao, hetu as we move on, like pohi jeta goi thakim tete ami bhalko gom paam je potassium permanganate ki hoy. So potassium permanganate ki hoy, we will take 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate have a very strong pinkish nohole purplish color. Okay, very strong pink or purple color. Okay, it has a very strong color. So ami potassium permanganate jote mix nokoru kyo, the entire solution becomes very deep pink or deep purple hoye jay. Okay, so ami ki korim, in this 100 ml water we are adding 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate. Ami add kori dilu and then we will stir it. Beaker lolu, yate ki ase 100 ml water ase, 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate dilu and then we will stir it. Dhuniya ko stir kori lolu. Stir kora pisot solution to dekhat enekwa hobo. Suppose this is beaker A. Solution to dekhat enekwa hobo, deep pink ba purplish color ho jabo solution to. Then ami ki korim, we will take 10 ml of this solution. Solution A buli dhori lolu. Ami 10 ml of solution A lom, 10 ml enekoi test tube of solution A lom, and this 10 ml we will transfer it to another beaker. Another beaker eta transfer kori dim jot already 90 ml clear water ase. Mane total kiman hobo, 90 already asile, 10 ml ami solution A transfer kori asu, total ako 100 ml hobo goy. Yes, so 10 ml ami next beaker dule transfer kori dilu. Okay, we will repeat the process. Yar pra ako ami 10 ml dum in a test tube and then transfer it to beaker C. Beaker C ki asile, beaker C ako 90 ml clear water asile, 10 ml ami transfer kori asu, so 90 plus 10 100 ml ho jabo. Ako he same process to we will repeat it. Yar pra ako 10 ml lom, transfer it to beaker D. Beaker D ki asile 90 ml clear water aru 10 ml ami transfer korisu, so 90 plus 10 100 ml. Okay, change to ki dekha paisu. What is the observation in this activity? Beaker A color to swa, beaker D color to swa. Hint already di disu that observation is related to color. So what is the change in color? Change in color eta dekha pai asa ne? What is this change? First beaker ot color is very deep, right? Deep pink, deep purple color hoye ase. But as we move on, A pra B, B pra C, C pra D, in beaker D, color to both fade out hoga. So 8th, the color is very deep. Okay, deep bule ni likhu baro. The color is very dark. And as we move on in beaker D, the color fades. Yes, the color fades. Kyo fade hol? Aru 8 to ami directly potassium permanganate add korisilu. Potassium permanganate or presence, color or presence, the color, a pinkish color to presence, it shows that potassium permanganate or particles are present ase. So ami jot pinkish color dekha pai asu, he sobote particles of potassium permanganate is present, because water ki asle, water to transparent asile, clear water loislo ami, so water eto to nijor eko color impart kora nai, e color to kune impart korise, potassium permanganate impart korise, right? So ami is sariuta beaker ami pinkish color dekha pai asu, mane sariuta beaker ki ase, particles of potassium permanganate ase. Yes, he karne ami color to dekha pai asu, correct? Now ami okol 2 to 3 crystals ha add korisilu. 2 to 3 crystals ami 100 ml water add korisilu. Yes, then we stirred it and then ami kiman bar transfer korilu, 1 2 3, we transferred it 3 times, 10 ml ko ami 3 times transfer korilu. Still in the last beaker we can see the pinkish hue, pinkish color to ami iteo dekha pai asu, mane in the 4th beaker particles of potassium permanganate are present. Yar pra ami conclusion ki dibo paru. From this activity what can we conclude? We can conclude that potassium permanganate or A is a 2 to 3 crystals we have added. This 2 to 3 crystals contains many small particles of potassium permanganate. Many, thousands hobo pare, millions hobo pare, there are many small particles of potassium permanganate. A 2 to 3 crystals hota kiman ase, many, like millions of small particles of potassium permanganate are present. And these particles are very small. Very small. That is why we can see the color. Ami color to iteo dekha pai asu. Jodi ami aru eta transfer korim, maybe next beaker to ami color to dekha pam. Yes. So from this experiment we can conclude that 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate tate kiman particles ase, many like thousands and millions of horu particles ase, and these particles are very small. In fact they are small beyond our imagination. So amar je second question to asile, how small are the particles of matter? So the particles of matter are very small beyond our imagination. Clear ase? Good. Now aji ami gutei class to ki pohilu, let's do a quick recap. First of all we studied ki surrounding ki hoy, matter ki hoy, ami matter definition pohilu. We studied what is matter. Matter ki hoy, matter definition pohilu. Then we studied the physical nature of matter. Yes? Number 2 we studied the physical nature of matter. Physical nature of matter underot we have amar duta question asla nohoy. We studied 2 points. He duta point ki asle? Is matter continuous or particulate? Amar first question hetu asle. So matter is particulate. Matter is particulate in nature. Mane matter is made up of what? It is made up of particles. Okay. Then these particles, a particles pur kiman horu hoy. So amar question number 2 asle hetu, how small are the particles of matter? So the particles of matter are very small, in fact small beyond our imagination. So these particles amar ki hoy, very small. So in our class ami total ekhini bostu pohilu. I know this is not the end of the chapter, the entire chapter we will be discussing, but ajir class to karne imane asile. For the rest of the chapter you need to watch our amar baki khini video sabo laibo, amar baki khini class sabo laibo, right? So ajir karne imane, thank you for joining and I will meet you in the next class.